Hello everybody, Iain Robson here. Welcome back to Baxley Farm. So here we are in Georgian, USA, and we're currently just working in this slurry that we put down last episode here. As you can see, I got two of the John Deeres. These are the 90... oh shoot, I forget the number now. 9560, I was right. 9560 RX, and they're both working away with the plow, actually, not cultivating. They're plowing, technically. Because this once was a cultivator, and now it is a plow. Why did that not... And now is a plow. And that's primarily due to the soil mod, because if you went from like stage 1 to stage 3, let's say, it would decrease the moisture significantly. So right now we have, in terms of nutrients and potassium, we have X3 and X1. But if we come over... oh, it hasn't registered yet. Interesting. I wonder if it... I'm going to have to double check this now. I may have to accelerate time first and then... that's a bit odd. Perhaps because it's not... perhaps because it's not cultivating, it's plowing, and that's the reason why it's being so weird. Because that should actually increase. Curious. I wonder if that's the case. Well, we'll accelerate time then. We'll do it this way. This will do the same thing. Oh, that's bad. I forgot I had that in here still. I have the soil, the growth manager in here, which is not meant to have the growth manager and soil mod. Oh well. Whatever. I'll have to change it next time. But now this should change. Or the nutrients should change. But we're going to find out in a second. It should once the soil mod catches up to us. But that's strange that it didn't change already. Because normally it would, but maybe I think it's because it's plowed and not cultivated. That's the only thing I can think of that would make this kind of weird little scenario here. We're just going to wait for it and see what happens. And yeah, there it goes. That's really odd. Yeah, so as you can see, all the nutrients has gone up. I wonder why. Has this gone up too over here? Oh, it doesn't make a difference, I guess. I just didn't want it to be all in all for naught is the expression I want to use. All right, we'll get these guys continuing. Ooh, it's a little misty outside now. And I get this guy. No, not from the first waypoint. Oh goodness, that would have been bad. Oh, that was... ugh, I don't know what happened there. Didn't like that though. So let these guys continue. It is increasing our nutrients, which is good. Not by a crazy amount. But we need to put some more PK in here. I don't remember. I think I just have like a regular spray on this map. If memory serves. Alright, let's go ahead and detach that guy. And go grab the sprayer, because we're going to need it eventually here. Alright, so I'm going to get out of this mist because it looks so weird. There we go, that's better. It was messing me up. I was like, oh, what's up with all the mist? Anyhow, now here we are in the middle of the field. Let's go and get our sprayer, because we're going to need to do that eventually, so we're going to grab it and bring it over. And then what we'll do is, we won't do it yet, we'll have to wait for those plows to finish up. I think in real life it's considered more of a cultivator, or people probably people wouldn't say cultivator or plow. They probably would say disking, I imagine. And I think some people have mentioned that in the past. They would say, that's what I would call a disc, and it would be disking, as opposed to like plowing or cultivating. It's only because this game that's the reason why I end up using those terms, I think. There we are. That's what we're looking for. There's the random horse there. A field that it has withered. Yeah, so one of the things you're not supposed to have is you're not supposed to have the drive control mod. You're not supposed to have the growth control mod with soil mod, because it messes up the two. It's usually just one or the other, not both. Alright, so let's change this to PK. So this is the one downfall of putting slurry down, because you'll still need to adjust your levels, but you'll have to adjust specifically your PK, because the slurry doesn't provide that. We just need PK. Let's go ahead. Oh, I forgot. One thing I don't like about the soil mod in this context is that when you want to refill, you can only refill as MPK. But I think it's just due to the limitations of the game, not necessarily a soil mod. So that's what I would, honestly, if I had to guess, it would be because limitations of the game. All right. Are we gonna? I was curious as to whether we're gonna miss little tiny bits, but it looks like it's okay. So as you can see, it's getting. They're not missing anything, but it looks like they are going to. So basically what I did is I set these two guys on the same course. I have a tutorial on that as to how to do that. I'll put a card up in the top right hand corner for you guys if you're interested. I did it a while ago. It's the same principle for cultivators, plows, rakes technically, but I don't rarely have two rakes working in the same field. Combines, whatever it happens to be. Now in reality, I really didn't need to. I really didn't need to plow this field, but I just want to get rid of the weeds. I'm gonna have to cultivate it, I guess, now. Technically, I can seed right into it in this game, but in reality, you can't. Because it would just be chopped up to... Well, I guess in reality, if it were disked up and not plowed in this context, if it was disked up, you probably could seed into that, depending on what you were seeding, I think. If you know, let me know. If you only disked a field, could you plant into a disked field? A lot of people probably wouldn't. A lot of people would probably want it to be, oh, there's one little tiny weed right there. That's a pain. A lot of people would probably want something a bit more specific, or they'd want a bit more smoother ground, so to speak. Because if you disk it, it wouldn't be, there'd be probably clumps still of soil, which would make it rough on your seeder, which is like sometimes anywhere from like $10,000 to like not $300,000 perhaps, depending on the size of the seeder you have. So it's not a piece of equipment you really want to break, especially during seeding time, because during that time that's like the worst time for anything to break, because it's like crunch time, and it's not fun when these things happen. Alright, I think the only time I've ever been around for seeding, I've been around for seeding potatoes, but nothing else. So maybe one day I'll be around for seeding other crops. But usually my in-laws, well, it's outsourcing essentially, but they contract it. Just because it's a little bit easier. And it depends what they're planting, though, I suppose. If they're planting like things that they don't have the equipment for, then they'll contract it out. But if they have the equipment for it, then they'll do it themselves. I think soybeans they plant themselves. And soybeans, if it's a hay field, they'll plant it themselves. But if it's like canola, they'll plant it. They'll get the contractors to come in and do it. All right, these actually guys aren't making. They're making pretty short work of this. They are missing bits and pieces, but it's because of my own error. Because I set them each to 10 meters each, which they're really not. They're actually a bit less than that. They're more like 8.5, 8. So in reality, I should have set it to that, just so there is a bit more overlap. But it's rare that you miss bits. So like, probably miss this little one over here. Oh no, we got it. We're good. But you can see over here on that side that there are little tiny bits being missed over there. So unfortunate, but yeah. I have to move this tractor, actually. It's going to be in the way. Alright, sweet. I'd love to fire up the BGA, but I don't have the resources for that yet. Not as of yet, though. So we have the JCB here, and we have silage, but we don't have the money to start up the BGA yet. We used to have chickens, but we don't have chickens anymore. Of course, because we upgraded to the newest map, and in the newest map they changed, for some reason, it got rid of our chickens. Which is a bit strange, but that's what happened. Alright, we also own this field just north of us here. Now, that has not been touched either. So what we could do, technically, is we could seed a field, but we don't actually. I don't think we even own a seeder on this map. It's funny, I feel like I've been playing this map forever, but I really haven't accomplished a whole lot on this map. I think it's just the way I've been playing it. I play it off and on, and not just constantly. So that's really the reason why I've run into this kind of odd scenario. I could rent a horse seeder and plant some stuff. But the problem is, like, if I just pull over here for a second and I check the nutrients in the field, because this has soil mod, that's what makes it kind of a difference. So this has 4 and 2, so that's a kind of, it's kind of on the low end, but not bad per se. But this is something you definitely would want to, probably increase the soil, the nutrients, because it will definitely increase as you grow something there. All right. We could. I have I don't know. Do I have the capability of doing that? I guess I do. I don't think I have a field, or do I? No. Nope. That's unfortunate, because 9 was sunflowers, I think. 24 was oats. 1 is one's a grass field. That's right. What am I saying? We do have the capability. Yoink! That's such a dip there. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll just put this over here. I don't know where this goes, but we'll just stop over here at the side of the road for a second, and I have an idea. And I don't know where the object I'm looking for is, though. No. Here it is. So, one of the funny things about grass fields is that they grow back. As you can see, everything's like withered, except for this one field, which is the grass field. I don't know what the nutrients level is, but we're making chaff, so it's not a huge deal. Oops, wrong way. So what we're going to do is going to use this mower, mow up some of that grass over there, and then what we'll do is we can turn it into chaff, aka, oh look at that, the weeds got, that was from spraying that herbicide the other day. Sweet. So what we can do is we'll mow this, and then we can turn it into chaff, and then we can use that as manure if we don't set it up properly, which is pretty cool. At least I think so. So we'll mow this field. I think I actually have a course for this, so I'll set this guy to mow. F1 mow. Perfect. And what we'll do is I'll grab the case, bring it over here, and I'll grab the New Holland and bring it over here as well. There we go. I do love this mower. Some people don't like it. They think it's overkill, but I think it's amazing. First waypoint. There we go. Get that guy started. And I will leave that there because I can't do anything with that until those guys are done. And I don't want to go all the way around the lake, so we'll just turn around here real quick. So what we're going to do is I'm going to grab the forage wagon and bring it over to F1, Field 1. And what we'll do is we'll get the forage harvest, which is right there, and we'll bring it over as well. And what we'll do is we'll put it into, we'll make manure by not compacting our silage, not compacting our chaff well enough, which is one of the benefits of using the BGA extension, of course, which is kind of neat. So because we have soil mod on this map, actually what we could do is we could put it in the compost machine too. What's a possibility? That's like, now the question is, will we get more or less from that? Ooh, I don't know. Difficult question. Would we get more? It's a little bit farther away, so that's the reason why I'm a little more reluctant, I think. Because the compost machine's like in the middle of the map. Like, in reality, it feels really far away. It's really not, but it feels really far away. Field 1 was where we're going. So, that's what we can do. Because we have a silage clamp over here somewhere, don't we? I could have sworn I've seen it a couple times. I just totally neglect it. Where is it? I think it's right at the bottom of this section. Right by the storage area, I think. It's not over there. No. I think it's over there by those animals, I believe. So, anyways, how's everybody doing today? I hope everybody is doing well. a gold coin. We'll pick that up at some later date. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everybody is getting excited for American Truck Simulator. I know I am. I still have games I haven't played yet from the Steam sale. I picked up Terraria as well, and I haven't even tried that yet. It looks like a fun little game. I got sucked into Transocean, which is a game... Oh, we do have a couple bunkers here. That's good. I got sucked into Transocean, which is a game reminds me of an old game back in the day when I used to play on the Amiga. Back in the day. I don't know, it's not... I've considered making videos about it, but I'm like, I might make one just for the sake of just saying, hey, here's the game I've been playing, in case you have no idea. But I really don't think everyone's going to be super interested in it, because it's like a business simulation game, as opposed to like a driving game like Euro Truck, or simulator game like Farming Sim, for example. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to record a course, and what I'll do is I'll record a course, bring the Forge Harvester over here, and I'll be back once I've done all that off camera. Alright, and we're back, and as you can see I have the case right there. Let's go ahead and turn this guy on. What am I missing this time? Oh, I thought I unfolded it already. Guess not. That makes more sense. I was like, why isn't this working? So what we'll do is, like I said, we'll make chaff out of this. And what we'll do is, by not compacting the bunker base, we'll make manure, which is really good for the soil mod. Manure is like the best thing, basically. Out of all the possible things you could put on your fields, manure is honestly the best. Because it'll increase your N, your nitrogen, and your potassium much more than most other ones will. You can spread NPK, but NPK, if you spray that, I think it's only it's not as much. I think it's only like 3 and 2. I have to double check the numbers on that, but it's not as much as manure. Manure does the best job. So manure is like one of the weird things that you either have animals to create it, which we had animals, but not enough. But you would never create enough manure in this scenario. You'd have to have like a huge amount of manure, basically, for it to even work in this scenario. And that's the reason why I tend to make manure this way with using the bunkers, because then you can actually have like hundreds of thousands of liters of manure, and it makes your life a lot easier. As opposed to trying to get enough manure from the animals. You have to have a crazy amount of animals. So, like I said, we had chickens, but we lost them. I'm not heartbroken about it. I'm not a big fan of the animal areas in this map. I wish it would be nice for me personally. I'd like it if it was only one, but for multiplayer, it would work out really well. But for single player, not so cool. But as you can see, if you look at the soil pH here, and you look at the nutrients, it's kind of low. But because we're making chaff out of this as opposed to baling it, I think if we were baling it, we would have much lower numbers. But chaff tends to be okay, despite the fact that you have the nutrients in your soil aren't so good. So, although theoretically, if you had higher nutrients, it would also be better in general. So, or a higher value or a higher amount, basically. So, our trailer's at 90%. And hopefully what will happen is he'll just break away soon, and then he'll go back to unload it into that bunker back there. And he's coming up. Let's just slow down a little bit here. There we go. And we'll just turn that off. Guess he's going to be a little bit. And let's check on these guys to see how they're doing. Oh, not too bad. They're about what? Halfway-ish? It's not too bad. I still don't have any sort of cultivator, or seeder, which is something we're going to have to work on. So I could have made chaff out of the straw there, but then I wouldn't have been able to do this. So it's like one or the other, basically. So just the way the game works sometimes, I guess. Alright, so those guys seem to be alright. This guy's going back. I love how these things carry 50,000 liters. So yeah, what I did is I set it up so he should just drive through this particular bunker right at the end here. And he'll just drop it off, and then we just won't compact it, and then it'll just make manure, which isn't as efficient as silage, of course, but here it's more like to help us in other scenarios. So, and what we could do eventually is, of course, make like a whole, I don't know how you call it, whole chain, a chain of events is what I want to say, but it's not a chain of events, but a whole like supply chain, I guess is what I'm thinking of. This is the reason why we got this particular mower as opposed to a 3-point mower, because this guy can like rock through these fields pretty quickly, and theoretically I can actually, you know, increase the number of fields we actually have and go from there. So strangely enough, John in the Google Plus community, what he did is he actually posted a picture of him making haylage in I think it was in Georgia. I think it was the same map, maybe Michigan, I can't remember now. But he posted a picture of him making haylage, and Bob was like, "What on earth is haylage?" So it's basically what we're doing right now, chopping hay or grass essentially, which is haylage. There is a slight differences between like haylage, silage, and baleage and all that jazz, but I'm not going to worry about it. Not at all. So what I'll do, I think, is this could take a while, I suspect. Oh, there he goes. He's doing his job nicely. So the nice thing about Courseplay is it evenly distributes, for the most part, the trailer. So at the end, once he gets to like the last trigger point, he'll just stop and unload the rest of it like that, which is okay. But as you can see, it's relatively even in comparison to a job that, you know, I would do, or maybe you would do, who knows. Alright, so he's going to go back, and maybe we'll do one more pass, and then we'll end the episode, because, oops, I hit something underneath my desk apparently. One of the things about this map, of course, is the fact that you always have something to do. But it is a large map, so sometimes you get overwhelmed, could be the word you could use, or there's just too much stuff to do. It's definitely a multiplayer map. It definitely would, what's the word I'm looking for? It definitely would excel in that scenario. Alright, let's go ahead and continue our haylage making. I'm just going to turn around this awkward way here, just because the side that tractor is on. If you were on a different side, then I wouldn't feel so bad, but there we go. But this is, I think, what, if memory serves, this is what the grassmen do out in Ireland. They do a lot of this kind of type of stuff with cloths equipment, of course, as opposed to New Holland and Case and all that jazz. So they do a lot of that kind of stuff. And I've seen a couple of the shows on YouTube, but they don't post a lot on YouTube. It's just like YouTube, what they post on there seems to be like just like teasers. So it's like, hey, this is what we're doing on the BBC or whatever channel it's on, and come check it out. But I live in Canada, so I can't get half the channels that they would be on, unfortunately. So, in other random news, Netflix actually went to like international basis. So they opened up to like 130 countries. And one of the interesting things about that, this is totally nerdy on my side. One of the cool things about that is the fact that because they're doing that, it means that they're going to try and license stuff globally, as opposed to only in certain countries. So like if they get BBC stuff, it'll be BBC stuff for like every country they offer, not just England, for example. Or if they get CBC stuff, it'll be CBC for every country, which I think is a real big plus, because often one of the things that people do is they use things like VPNs and stuff like that, is because they can't get access to certain information or certain shows. Like a lot of people in Canada, the selection that they have here in comparison to the United States is pitiful. So some people will use a VPN to get around that, although Netflix is cracking down on that now, so if you do that, be careful. FYI. From what I understand, they're going to force you to use your own country, basically. But theoretically, it's not going to make a difference once they start using these international licenses and whatnot, so we'll see. We'll see what happens here. So, the funny thing about this is where a scenario would have been better to have 2 tractors unloading this forage harvester. I don't think I even have 2 tractors that can do this. No, that one's not big enough, not even close. Oh, I have this one actually. I guess I could use this one. Where's that one? Oh, he's chilling out over here too. Not too far away. Conveniently. So what I'll do is... don't get the manure. I'll bring this guy over and have him work the field with the other tractor. Crone, I want him to follow... No, not for that John Deere. Not the Peterbilt case. And put him in the right mode. And... New Holland. Perfect. Anyways, I think what I'll do is I'll stop the episode there for now, folks. Or else I'll just keep going on about random stuff about Netflix, because that's on my mind for whatever reason right now. So I'll stop there for now, folks, and that'll be it for today. If you have any suggestions for what we should do next, let me know. My name's Iain Robson. This has been an episode of Baxley Farm, also known as the Georgia map in USA. And if you enjoyed yourself, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate that. I'll catch you guys later.